It's Mr. Gasco, and I am so excited because we have peanuts. Let's take a look at our peanuts and see how they're doing here. All right, so we've had our peanuts. They've been growing all summer, and it is starting to cool down. And so the question is, where are the peanuts? I've got some peanut leaves and some peanut stalks. Where are the peanuts? Well, my friends, as you may have known from our discussions, peanuts grow underground. They grow on what are called pegs. And so here is a peanut. And here is another peanut. So why don't we just take a look here at our peanuts and see how they're doing. We'll take a look at these two, and then maybe we'll dig up some more. So these are the purple peanuts that we had originally planted. So let's take a look here. Let's crack this guy open and see. Oh, there we go. The peanuts are white, but they have this purple husk here, and they're looking pretty good here. That's a good looking peanut. Hooray, we've got purple peanuts. One thing about peanuts is that you want to let them dry. So we'll take a look at this peanut, see how he's doing here. We'll just crack him open. The peanuts that you get at the store have typically been dried and roasted over a period of time. And let's see here, this peanut is doing all right. Not much growth, but a little bit. This peanut's looking pretty good though. I think we could harvest this guy. Our peanut plants are still a little green, so we might want to let them grow just a little bit longer, get a little more maturity onto our peanuts. But some of them are starting to ripen. They are looking pretty good. So I think probably what we'll do is let them grow another week or so. Let some of these peanuts that aren't quite ripe yet finish ripening. Then we'll let them dry for a while. And we'll have a nice peanut harvest. So hooray, our peanuts are productive. Whoopee. Our loofahs here, moving on to our loofahs, are looking pretty good. We've got some nice big loofahs growing in our loofah patch. We've got some little ones coming along, and we've got some bigger ones here. We got a nice big loofah over here. We got some more loofahs. Loofahs everywhere. And of course, we've also got bees. Bees are still working hard, making sure that our loofahs get pollinated. They like this loofah patch. They get plenty of nectar and pollen in here. So that is our peanut and loofah patch. All right, looks like our bean vine has been doing okay. It's managed to secure itself a little better onto our sunflower pole. And one thing that we might notice here is, we've got some bean flowers starting to grow. So that means that we should have some beans starting to fruit out once those flowers get fertilized. Another thing that is growing here is our calendula is starting to flower again now that it's not so hot. We had quite a bit of die-off on our calendula, but we've got some regrowth here now that it's cooling down. Our basil is still growing and doing well. Our sage is all over. If any of you need sage, come see me. I've got plenty of sage. But I do want to point out that our banana tree just keeps growing and growing. And this is very exciting. We have another pup. We've got a nice little sword pup coming up here out of the ground. Again, we've talked about this before, but our bananas, when they reproduce by cloning themselves. So this is the old mother, the original that we planted. She's dead now, but she has been sending up little pups over time. And this is the newest pup that's just coming up. So that's exciting to see a new pup come up from our banana tree. And just to give you a worm's eye view for those in Ms. Rampton's class of just how big these banana leaves have become. This is a banana leaf from the strongest pup that the mother sent up. And it is longer than my whole arm. And it goes over my head. In fact, there are some people, Carl Linnaeus, for example, argued that the story of Adam and Eve, with Adam and Eve and the fig leaves in the Garden of Eden, he argued that they weren't using fig leaves, they were using banana leaves. Because, I mean, this is a lot bigger than a fig leaf. Although fig leaves can be pretty big. So here's our banana tree. Pretty big leaves by now. We're starting to see a lot of maturity. Coming over here, we're going to check in on our pumpkins. And we've got some good pumpkin growth coming along here in our Blanco. This is our best producing Blanco. We've got some more pumpkins. We've got another one here. We've got another one here. We've got some good growth in our Blanco pumpkin vine here. We got another couple over here that are doing all right. Checking in on our Atlantic giant. I'm not sure. Well, let's see. We've got a little visitor here. We got a little ladybug. I know you guys like ladybugs. Ladybugs are great. They are predatory insects. They eat aphids. We like ladybugs. And I'm just looking through here to see if I can find another female flower coming off of this Atlantic giant. Well, I'm not seeing one. That's kind of sad. I was hoping to see some more female female pumpkins. We do have some aphids here. So go ladybugs, eat those aphids. Coming around here though, I don't see any female flowers though. Gotta have a female if we're gonna have fruit. Atlantic giants can be kind of finicky. I've talked with people who've tried to grow them for years without success. Ah, here's a little female. She's not ready for pollination yet, but she'll be coming along. If she can survive this weekend's big cold spell, I hope she can. Big, strong vine. So coming along here, that female that we tried fertilizing, she didn't take, which is pretty sad. She's dying now. So we're not going to have that cross be successful like we'd hoped. So we got one little female, it looks like, on our pumpkin vines. She's not ready to fertilize yet though. We'll give her a little more time to grow. So that's it from our pumpkin. Swinging around here though for our corn, we've got some nice good looking ears of corn that are growing. Corn's still pretty green. It's not quite ready to harvest, I don't think. We'll let it keep growing here. And we'll check in here on our beans and our bean cone. We've got one of the vines that's training up pretty well along the cone. a little more than halfway up. Some of these other vines look like they're going to need a little help to make their way up. Looks like this, we had tried to get her coming up here on this bean cone. She decided she'd try to come up along our sunflower. We'll give her a little help here. Looks like this guy needs a little help too. We got another ladybug here. Thank you, ladybug, for keeping our garden growing well. And here we've got another bean vine coming up our cone. So hopefully a little bit of time and we'll get the rest of these vines coming up here. We've got one that's decided he was going to try and come up all the way over here. Don't know why you'd want to do that, buddy. There you go. Come up the cone. You'll be happier that way. Another thing is, speaking of flowers in our calendula, we've got a marigold that is liking this weather now that it's cooled down, and she's going to start flowering and start attracting some predatory insects of her own. But it is kind of sad. Our watermelon vine is not much longer for this world. It's going to start cooling down pretty soon, and then that watermelon vine's going to die and we'll have to clear it up. But it was good while it lasted. It held out a good long time. Gave us our Dixie Lee Sugar Baby Cross, so that's exciting. And we'll swing around here. Looks like our bean experiment coming up this old stick. We've got good growth coming up this stick. Doesn't have much more to go, but we've got some good bean growth here. Very exciting. These are our purple pole beans. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is this plant that's growing here. And a lot of people would look at this and think, oh, that's a weed, dig it up. Well, a lot of people do consider these to be weeds, but this is actually a plant that is native to southern Nevada. It is a desert globemallow, sometimes called an apricot globemallow. And in the spring, they send up these beautiful orange apricot colored flowers that a lot of pollinators like. And so I'm actually just going to let this grow, because it's always good to give pollinators a source of pollen, and it's native, and I don't think it hurts anything. Some people are allergic to the globemallow. I've brought them into class and have some students get a little rash, but it's doing okay here, so I'm just going to let it be. Hooray for desert globemallow. And one more thing I want to let you know about. Farmer Rosalie and I have been breaking our backs today, digging out a trench. This is where we're going to grow our kiwi vine. And boy, this Las Vegas soil is not very forgiving. It is hard, it is rocky, it is backbreaking trying to dig out a big enough trench to put our soil in so that our kiwi vines will have a chance. But hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have this dug out enough to soften the soil, get some good soil in there, plant our kiwi vines, and then by this time next year, maybe, just maybe, we'll have the kiwi vine covering this whole chain link fence, making it look a little nicer, and maybe even giving us a little shade. So this will wrap it up for another edition of the Knudson Garden Update. This banana tree is sure providing some nice shade. It's so much cooler under here. So cool stuff happening. Our purple peanuts are ripening. We're getting ready to dig those up. Our banana tree has sent up another pup, which is fun. We've got some calendula and some marigolds coming back to send up flowers. Our beans are doing great. Our pumpkins are doing okay. The Blancos are doing much better than the Atlantic Giants. And our corn is ripening. And we got a trench going, getting ready for some kiwis. So stay safe, guys. Wear a mask, wash your hands, and we'll see you soon.